It's interesting. I'm going to pick the brain of a race car driver because, what do you like to do in your spare time? Jamie was just out here and talked about go-karting. We see a bunch of guys go short track racing all the time. You go out in the sand dunes. How is that different? I mean, you guys are wide open with NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing. How is that an escape from it?
You know what? It's funny because most all race car drivers have the same thing in their blood. Yeah. They love adrenaline. We love speed. We love to drive stuff. And I get the most enjoyment out of, my side-by-sides, whether it's the Polaris RZR, the Arctic Wildcat, or my sand car. I just love to drive them. I love to go in the sand dunes, and we do a lot of other, dirt in the woods, that kind of stuff with them. And I get more enjoyment out of that because I do it with all my buddies than I do going to a dirt track on a off weekend or a Wednesday night or something else. I enjoyed that growing up, and I did it a lot, and I still enjoy going and watching. But I have more fun going off and doing this. And we're competitive about it, and it's fun, and it's fun to do, but it's a different thing for me. I get enough on Friday and Saturday night and Sundays at the racetrack. When I'm away from there, I want to go do something, that's and Clint and Casey, some of those guys enjoy still dirt racing, but I enjoy a little bit different form of it.
That's really, really cool. And one of the things that doesn't bring with it is scenarios, is you've got to do this, you must do that, you got to watch this guy, you got to watch that guy. We've had all varieties up here, and we'll continue having all varieties. You're in right now, and you do control your own destiny, and you probably could even just a little bit, if you need to play defense, could play a little defense. Some guys, it's all offense and everything like that. Is it getting away to Minnesota and going fishing and not thinking about it? Is that how you approach a weekend like this?
Yeah, I mean, it is. And they got all the scenarios, right? So they say I got to finish 9th, but I haven't found the guy that has figured that out yet.
No, I don't know. I don't know
because either. I would like him to explain to me what happens if I finish 10th. How I'm not in the chase if I finish 10th. Because I'm doing the math, and I'm fairly good at math. That's about it, and driving a car, and I can't figure it out. So because Martin and Ryan were just up here, they both got one win. And I have one win. I feel like I need to stay in front of those guys in order to be in, and they're 20 some points behind me.
Yeah,
and so. I'm a little off on the math,
but
anyway,
yeah,
all kinds of scenarios can happen. You know what I mean? All kinds of scenarios, and that's why we're here.
I hate to interrupt here, but we have another friend coming out here. Make some noise for Kurt Busch.
Oh, here he is. There he is. How are you? Good. Oh, my gosh. This is the old, from the truck series, the Killer Bees day, when they both first came in. You guys were young guns over in Jack Roush's organization. Greg, you still there? Kurt, you've moved on. But pretty neat, the courses you guys have taken. Kurt, pretty neat to see where you guys have gone. And here we are on stage running for a championship spot here. Pretty neat the way things have unfolded for you two guys.
Is he saying we're not young guns anymore?
I guess we're not in the young guns category. Nope.
I don't know. No, you guys are probably.
All right.
Yeah, you're still. Depends on who we're comparing it to. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's been an amazing year, and it's cool to be in this position with a single car team and those Furniture Row guys. I mean, I never would have thought that we would be in this spot, which is let's just go to the track, race our car, and if we finish, 5-6 spots ahead of Gordon, and then we're in. I mean, that's just the bottom line. So it's cool. It's cool to be in this position.
What would Larry Mack and I were hanging out. We were talking to Todd Barrier last night on a radio show, NASCAR Performance Live. It's kind of our crew chief show that we do, and we were just talking about a single car team based in Denver, Colorado. What would it mean to you to get Barney Visser into that chase, so that when we look at the guys racing for the championship, it's Rick Hendrick, it's Richard Childress, it's Jack Roush, it's Joe Gibbs, it's Barney Visser. What would that mean to you to put him in that spot?
Yeah, it's been neat to see the owners' standings this year and see just exactly that, where you have Roush or you have Hendrick or you have Gibbs, and then there's a guy with the last name Visser in there, and it's like, who is that guy? And,
yeah.
It's he's done an amazing job though of spending the money to be in this position and finding the right guys and just putting an effort together in Colorado because he is from Denver and he has his family there. He has his other businesses in Colorado, and I think he could do this whole NASCAR thing cheaper in North Carolina and operate it out of Richard Childress's building probably for a good 20% cheaper than what he does, but he puts it in Denver to employ people in Denver and to have the state of Colorado with more employees there.
Not impressive what these guys are doing this year. You've been part of a multi-car team your whole career. It's pretty amazing to me.
Yeah, it is. And so what's kind of a phenomenon that nobody can figure out is when you're outside, it seems like when you're outside of the hub, when you're outside of Charlotte, teams simply seem like they don't do as well, even if they're multi-car teams. And so you take a team that's from Colorado, that's so far away, and able to be as competitive as they are, and able to have, and let's face it, it's really about the people. It's about the people that they have building the cars, setting them up, pitting the cars, crew chiefing and driving. That's what makes a successful race team. And then they've been able to do that is very, very impressive, and I respect all those guys very much.
Pretty cool stuff. We chatted a lot here with Greg about his fishing stuff and everything like that. Kurt, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that you do away from the track, and I know your girlfriend Patricia is very involved in it. You've done an awful lot over the last year or two with our troops, with our military guys. Tell us a little bit about what you've done there, and how that's affected you just as a person. You know, we all know, we all salute, we all clap, we all do everything. What's it meant to get in the trenches to the degree you do with those guys?
Well, it's a two-way street, and you know the tough times that I've had, and when I go and visit these guys in the hospital, I realize my tough times don't hold a candle to what their lives are now changed into. So imagine being a late teens, early 20s kid, and you're shipped to Walter Reed because your right leg got blown off by an IED, and you don't know what's next in life. I mean, most of these kids, they're just pissed at life in general. Then there's some that if you put their leg back on, they go back out and serve again. And so it takes a little bit to talk and to penetrate into their lives and to understand what their general thoughts are or how they're going to be able to go through rehab. And so each case is a little bit different. But it's been an amazing ride along with some of these guys to feel the tough times that they're going through. And the things that I've been through, aren't all that important when you see that their families, to be there at the hospital to get the family up into a dorm, then to understand that they're taking time off work, and so now they can't make their car payments or make their house payments. So the family, I mean, this is life or death for some of these kids. That's why they're there taking time off work to be there with them. But they're away from home for so long that their bills start stacking up. That's where the Armed Forces Foundation comes in. Then we get these kids, some good stories come out of this where they're into rehab. And then, you visit them in rehab and helping them out through that. And then the Armed Forces Foundation comes in and tries to find a unique job position for them once they're discharged.
With Stewart Haas Racing coming forward next year.
Yeah, it's really cool to have the future set and to have a long-term type contract and, to have Gene Haas, the one that pulled the trigger and said, Tony, we need to do this. I want to have, a fourth car here, and I want to have Kurt drive it. I mean, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to be teamed up with Harvick, with Tony, Danica, us four in the same meetings. It could be hell or it could be great, I'm just kidding about the hell part. There's a lot of respect for Tony being the top guy, the totem pole. And then, Harvick and I are coming in at the same time. And then Mark Martin is in the mix. He's going to be there helping out Danica next year.
Wow, there you go. So good stuff. Good stuff. Greg, as you continue on here now, we've talked about the scenarios and everything for tomorrow night. How's it looking? You enjoy coming to Richmond? Do you enjoy racing this racetrack that we're going to run on Saturday night?
Yeah, this is a really fun racetrack for me. I remember, way back winning here in the Camping World Truck Series, and been so close so many times in Nationwide and a few times in the Cup Series. So this is a fun racetrack. It's really fast for a short track. That's what we really like about it. It's got a real fast front straightaway. But I look forward to a good solid race Saturday night. And, you know, as long as we have a good solid race, I mean, it looks like we're in the chase. So that's what we're focused on, is having a good, clean, solid race. And I feel like we've done so much better over the last 5 weeks with our cars, and we've gotten more speed and more competitive. I feel like we can be definitely in contention as this chase goes on to be competitive for the title.
Wow. Going to be exciting stuff it is. Guys, we thank you for your time joining us here.
Thank you.
How about it for Kurt Busch and for Greg Biffle joining us here tonight. Getting ready to go. The Federated Auto Parts 400 Saturday night here at the Richmond International Raceway.